Just playing a decade as a Canadian international, and you get to participate in several World Cups. How did you experience?
To play for the national team is an absolute honor. When you sing the national anthem and everybody's facing the flag and that flag is in slow motion every single time, I just get goosebumps. Thinking about it right now, I'm just getting goosebumps. Um, where the whole nation comes together, and then to and Canada really only has Gold Cup, so for us it was a big tournament, to really make a difference. Where guys are not spending holidays coming from Europe and really try to make a difference for Canada. And we came close. I think we got done by the referee in the semifinal against US. One of my first Gold Cups, great experience. Playing against all the US players were big names, and but I think we were also. Everybody was playing in the first 11. Same amount of players playing in Europe at the time as well. So, but US really, really grew fast with that. Obviously with the league backing the national team and stuff, which is what we didn't have. So, if you wanted to experience good football, Canadians had to get out of Canada. But yeah, to experience the Gold Cup, yeah, it's always, yeah. What can I say? It was just a great experience. It really is. Traveling all over the U.S., all these different places, super hot, and then kind of mild, very dry. The weather really changes. It's a huge country, so yeah, I can't tell you enough how much of an honor it is.
The Canadian team is currently experiencing one of the best moments in the history, and more players are being exported to Europe. Where is this?
To be honest, we actually just had the social media backing up. Our games were not televised yet. We had guys playing at Tottenham, guys all over Bundesliga, guys playing in Champions League, guys playing in La Liga. So, and nobody was playing in the MLS. Everybody was playing in Europe back in, especially my first 5 years of the national team. It was only really Dwayne De Rosario that was playing in the MLS, and he was, doing really, really well there. So, and the recent years is half MLS and half some guys playing in Europe. And now, just because there's more guys coming out to Europe, okay, yeah, Bayern Munich, big club, but Deportivo, La Coruña, Julian de Guzman, like I said, Polestar Terry at Tottenham, Thomas Rosicky was at Fulham, Matiba Hutchison was at FC Copenhagen / PSV. Kevin McKenna, Cologne. These are all big clubs too, and playing in the big leagues. So right now, what, two, three, four guys are playing in Europe, and decent clubs too. So, but I think you really have to compare. I might be biased, especially for my generation, because of course I'm going to be biased. I'm super proud of the guys at the moment who are representing the country. Of course I am. And especially Alphonso Davies making a huge difference. Um, from Vancouver straight into winning the Champions League, it's unheard of. So for him to do such big things is amazing. But like I said, I am biased. If you look at the lineups that we had, um, and the guys who were playing week in, week out with their clubs, and then see those club names, you can't compare. You can't compare. We just have the social media backing it up right now. But that's my take on it. Still, MLS is still MLS, with its rules and the hype around the game, which they do so well. And I'm not saying it's the level is low. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the culture is different, and that sets a whole nother bar at a sorry, sets up a whole nother level of pressure that we don't have in MLS and you have in Europe. So where winning is absolutely everything, and if you lose, guys still go out, have dinners, and and live their lives, and it never becomes a problem in the media or with the fans. In Europe, it does. That's just how it is. So you really have to be careful where to be seen after a loss or even a draw, or even after a win. But it's not. the culture is not the same. So with bigger pressure, higher pressure, the level changes because the winning losing is so much greater than losing or winning an MLS game. So for me, the level changes right there. I mean, I've seen some games, and yeah, it's simple mistakes are super costly in Europe, where it's not that costly in MLS. But again, I'm biased. I didn't really exactly have a great experience in MLS, so I'll speak my mind on that. And I mean, yeah, Europe's the place to be when it comes to football. It will always will be. So I think that speaks for itself. And like I said, with all the guys playing in Europe back then, it's uncomparable. Um, you have three, four, five guys, and yeah, you got to look at those names and club names before this argument is thrown back at me. You know what I mean? So
You were part of the start of the Canadian Premier League. How do you see the progress of the tournament?
I heard when this all started, as a first world country, Canada was the last first world country to have its own um, Premier League, professional football league. So it was finally made. It's been talked about for many, many years. Canada, we never really had a home to come back to when it came to guys trying to retire, or when guys are in between clubs, you need places to train, etc. And there was never a place where you could do so. So, um, and finally the league came, and young guys are moving up through the ranks, and that's the way the national team's ever going to get stronger, and more players raising the level by having more players. So when that started, I got the call from. I knew it was happening, so through the national team contacts and ex teammates, yeah, people asking me if I want to come back, help promote the league, and help the young players. It's kind of based. It's very similar to MLS, where it is a franchise. It is a yeah. There are certain caps, and the budget is super small, so you can really only attract guys with no experience, like youth players and university players, and so. But I mean, that's how I think any league starts. So, but MLS took 30 years to get where they were, where so about 30 35 years to get to where they were. So um, they saw the mistakes that MLS did, and they were doing obviously a lot better by not changing the game, the rules of the game like they did back in the day with the weird penalty shootout like hockey. So I mean things like this, and getting obviously the right superstars in. Obviously bringing the Kane. Well, obviously me. I was obviously not the answer, because my team also was. It was all about the young players. It was nothing about me. So or I can help in the games. I featured in all the games for the last 5 minutes, which was nice. All the fans were super nice, but I know I had a lot more in my fuel tank than that year. But it was nice to see some of these young guys asking me, how do I do this, or at this time, how do I keep my head on, kind of thing. So, and then to see the guys actually, my experience rubbing off and stuff, and it was nice to see that. So for me, it was nice to be part of the CPL where young guys were, yeah, taking on my advice and experience. Where do I see the CPL going? It's definitely, I think in 10 years time it'll be a whole nother league. It'll be very, well, a lot closer to what MLS is. I think it will grow very quickly, but this COVID thing is just not it's not helping its progress. But there's good fan base, because there are, it's soccer is the or football is the most popular sport for kids. So in Canada, which is hard to believe after, everybody thinks it's hockey and stuff, but for the past many, many years, 8 years or so, it's been football. So um, there are interest, there are fans, there's players, and from the year one, there was just a really good fan base. I think in all the cities where they had the clubs, and it can only keep growing. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. But I have good faith in where that's going. I'm part of the players' union. I'm the was it vice president in the players' union. So I do want to see more players, Canadian players, getting a chance, and the players who are playing to be treated more as a professional footballer rather than like a youth player or student. But again, these things take time for leagues and clubs to grow in the right direction. So still is very is nothing like I said is nothing close to what European leagues are, some of the good Asian leagues, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
Your last soccer appearance has been in the Primera Catalana. What did you get at this tournament?
I have a son in Barcelona, so that's why I'm here. And now that I've retired, I can focus on being here, and I still love the game, So I wanted to play, and being at the age of 37, there's not too many places that want to take on a 37-year-old, but they see my CV, and some teams really want me to come join them, and I know some of the guys, so that's kind of why I'm playing in this league and enjoying this football. I like to stay in shape too, so it's enjoying being in this league really. It's very competitive. Everybody works is part amateur, so it is a big difference to the level of training, the level of discipline, and how guys treat themselves. But the technique is there, the football knowledge is there. But the lower levels you play in, there's more touches, and especially with the guys that I'm playing with, I'm trying to tell them how the higher level you play is obviously less touches and it's simpler. And from the outside you can watch the game and everybody's making the right decisions, then obviously it's a higher level of football. So, but the lower level you go, the technique, a lot of guys have technique. Everybody grows up playing football over here, especially so, or around the world. But I think a lot of young players make they mistaken good player means dribble like crazy. And it's nice to be rubbing off on these players because there's a lot of potential in these lower leagues. So I'm hoping that I can help some of the guys move up actually. So